him and he didn't hate you.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
I had a lot of respect for him.
He has known you since he's 14 years old.
As a teenager in New York City, Allender had looked up to Wilt.
I remember when he was in college, I was first aware of him. And Wilt competed for the University of Kansas in the shot put, the quarter mile, and the high jump.
Unbelievable.
And I thought, well, who is this guy? Must be Superman. I saw him play. I was in grade school and high school. I saw him average 50 points a game. I saw a number of times that year.
I befriended Kareem when he was young, and I think he liked me, and we did a lot of things together.
Wilt was literally bigger than life. I'd see him a lot, because I hung out up in Harlem, observed his lifestyle. Wow.
You befriended him. You showed him the ropes. You literally gave him the shirt off your back. You used to give him your own clothes. Took him to the Latin Quarter in New York once upon a time.
He kind of took me under his wing. He's my hero.
Did you play with Wilt at that time? Ever play basketball with him?
Wilt would come to the gym up in Harlem, and he used to lift up there. And sometimes I'd go in with him.
I never taught Kareem a thing about basketball.
We'd play horse. I beat him horse.
Why aren't you guys closer?
Well, I would say that, athletes are really tough people too. They have a lot of pride, They're very, very competitive. And him and I are natural rivals.
That as a center, I was going to make it in basketball because I was not a big bruising type like Wilt.
We put against each other. Why? I don't know. He was a different game than I ever played.
That's when things more or less went south.
And I think it was more from Kareem's side, again, as the competitor, guy that I got to take out. He's the guy that I got to surpass. He's the guy that I got to beat.
Kareem was lying, coming to take all of Wilt records, and Wilt wasn't going to let it happen.
I've seen how cancer can affect the people I care about. That's why I'm helping protect myself against some cancers, like certain cancers.
The 1970 Western Conference Finals.
The Battle of the Giants. The 12-year veteran Wilt Chamberlain
is 4 months from his 35th birthday.
like the second-year pro Al Sindor. At 24 years of age, Lou had led the Bucks to the best record in the NBA, had been named the league's most valuable player, and was the scoring champion.
Whether he will admit it or not, he wanted to try to prove to himself and the world that he was a better scorer than Wilt Chamberlain.
I wanted to see if I could challenge the success of Wilt Chamberlain.
What is a better way to prove it than when you go head-to-head against that guy?
Undefeated for long periods of time.
Wilt versus Kareem. This is Hollywood script.
That was supposed to be this big showdown. Oh, let's see how, Lou Alcindor is going to do against Wilt Chamberlain.
I did very well.
He got several thrown down on him. In 1971, when we won the World Championship.
He presented to me for the first time in my career of basketball a guy that I felt, at least at my state at that time, that I really need some help to guard.
A torn knee tendon in the 1969-70 season side Wilt for almost the entire year.
When I started playing against him, he was past his prime as an offensive player. By my third year in the league, I was wearing Wilt out, and he retired.
A good confrontation on Wilt Chamberlain and Lou Alcindor. The game's old and new testament.
The most unstoppable weapon in the history of the NBA.
Who blocked that shot?
Wilt got one or two when I was a rookie, and we got another.
It's the prettiest shot that I've ever seen in my life.
I'll tell you one thing, you can't guard it. You just couldn't.
Chamberlain has 8. He blocked the shot, but Lou keeps it back. That's the third block for Chamberlain tonight. He blocks another one. That time he got the hook shot.
It's one of the finest defensive plays I've ever seen in basketball.
I blocked 3 of his sky hooks in a row.
2 of the greatest ever. Just
Watching Wilt and Kareem duel one-on-one was phenomenal. It was fun to watch those guys back each other.
The Big Dipper put on quite a show.
I had to go to the boards harder, and I had to try to run harder and do some things that were a little bit different and see how he would handle me defensively.
Chamberlain had another great game, and the initiative Wisconsin News gave the Zipper one of his sincerest, most impressive ovations he had received in his career. He said he was overwhelmed.
At Ring, we've reinvented doorbell, and now we're reinventing home security with Ring Alarm. It's the simplest, fully custom.
Jabbar had one big problem, and I might have been his problem. I think he feels as though maybe I was the guy who's standing in the way of true immortality for him.
Wilt had a big ego, and he started taking shots at me. And when that happened, I didn't like it, and I let him know about it.
Kareem, in his book, wrote an open letter to Wilt Chamberlain, and says, I, Kareem Abdul Jabbar, am going to be remembered for having contributed to teams. And Wilt's going to be remembered as an individual who didn't contribute to teams, was a whiner and a crybaby.
And a quitter.
And a quitter. Okay. That's what Kareem said.
In my criticism of Kareem, I have 9 positive things about Kareem. I think a great deal of his ability on the basketball court, the greatest offensive force I had ever seen. When I played against him, he was the greatest scorer I've ever seen. Like if I had to go to someone in the last play game, give it to Kareem. He wants it, he does well with it. If you had to have anybody in the game, take Kareem. The 10th thing I may say is that, but I don't think he rebounds very well.
You still talk about Kareem as the guy that just doesn't do it for the rebounds?
I don't think he's really doing the job there that he could do, and he should do. Headlines the next day is Wilt criticized Kareem for not doing his job, rebounding.
But he can still go out there and do it scoring-wise on his guys who, should be killing him.
Into Kareem, he turns to the right, he puts it up and in, a power play against Olajuwon. Here's the ball, game dribble around Olajuwon, slam dunk in the reverse. Scott down the middle of Kareem. He really defused them at the other end. Down the middle of Kareem, a hook shot of 8 is good. Magic into Kareem, so is this hook shot of 10, that's good. Lakers get it, that's right, he can do it. All the way to Kareem for the slam dunk. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar has got 40 points.
You miss Kareem? Well, I miss not seeing him out there.
He was a great player.
Oh, no question, the greatest.
Hakeem Olajuwon out to get Gordon. Jordan for 3, blocked by Olajuwon. Hakeem takes it to end the game.
The Rockets have beaten them again, and it's game. And Michael's putting his shoes on, and we're just chatting, and he says, it's a good thing they can't ever get out of the West. And I said, why is that? He says, because we got no answer for that big monster. I don't know that we can beat them.
I have to believe there's every party that says it's impactful or better than anybody else who's ever played the game.
I think so.
What did Kareem do better than you? That you will acknowledge, because he's going to see this now. What did he do that was better than you?
In the facets of the game, did he score better than I did? Did he rebound better? Did he pass better than I did? Did he run better than I did? Hard for me to figure out.
It's into Kareem. To left, right hand, 12-footer, good! The new king of scoring has ascended. The pictures tell the words.
If I really was conscious about thinking about, is anyone going to break this record? I'd have probably put that record way out of sight.
Off the court, he had to absorb all the light. There was no for anybody else. It was all about Wilt. And he was just that type of guy.
Wilt Chamberlain, for whatever reason, was jealous of Kareem, and Wilt never missed the opportunity to attack Kareem in print.
What about Kareem's skills now, Will? What do they say?
I think maybe the man should have retired about 5 years ago.
I knew I wasn't going to get a job with that kind of salary if I quit. So, why quit?
He's out there making $3 million a game. I'm making like absolutely nothing. So I really can't talk about him except I think it's time for him to join me. But I never really went to his measure to talk about, a quitter. I mean, I played
in games and situations where I'm sure a great many athletes would never play.
Tonight, Wilt Chamberlain will come on the floor, his right wrist so sore he cannot rip the basketball.
Wilt knew that he was the guy on the team that we looked up to, that he was the guy that was going to help us win.
There have been times when I really wondered how he could play with a crackbone on his head. He is a right-hander, and he's got to use it. Yes, he does.
A lot of people don't realize that he actually, he really did sacrifice.
Wilt is not looking to score. He's looking mainly to pass the ball off, to rebound, and play the good defense. So he can kind of get away with it without worrying about the cracked bone in his hand.
We have to contain easy.
Wilt called a team meeting.
He said, listen, I've always been the best center in the league. I was better than Russell, but Russell had the best teammates and Russell won. Now, this young Jabbar is the best center in the league.
We, the Lakers, had a better supporting cast than what Kareem had. Let's get this thing over with right now. The sooner the better. Don't give them any more hope.
Jabbar against Chamberlain, goes with the hook, gets it in there. Wilt Chamberlain. Fine move by Jabbar. They try to go inside. Wilt took it away from him. Claims the ball, nice play. Goes to Jabbar, jumps it up over Wilt, Wilt blocks it. But here's Jabbar again, working against Wilt. That time Wilt got a piece of him and fouled him.
Chamberlain trying to give it to somebody. Gail Goodrich.
In it goes to Abdul Jabbar. Chamberlain spoiled it. Good defensive play by Wilt. Jabbar over Chamberlain, won't go. Abdul Jabbar. Abdul Jabbar gets it in there. Chamberlain.
Jim McMillan gets his number.
Here is Abdul Jabbar inside against Chamberlain.
In the fourth quarter, Wilt just took over the game.
Jabbar against Wilt, batted away by Wilt. Chamberlain takes the ball.
Wilt came to play.
He just beat up Jabbar.
Wilt's there, put it up, and in. Chamberlain, basket counts, fouls. Wilt Chamberlain getting instructions from Sharman Jones how to play Jabbar, and he's driving Jabbar crazy.
Kareem Abdul Jabbar gives it to Bobby Dandridge, and Wilt blocks the shot. Great play by Chamberlain.
Up until this point, it's a standoff between the guys in the middle. I don't know what statistics are.
Chamberlain. Chamberlain knocks it away. A beautiful defensive play by Wilt.
Wilt backing in underneath. Slam dunk. Wilt Chamberlain. In it goes for Jabbar. Chamberlain takes it away. Wilt went over the line. It'll go to Milwaukee. Jabbar missed it.
Curtis Perry, a mile high. Chamberlain cleared. 1 minute to go. Chamberlain muscles in and a whistle and a foul.
He is not a great threat at the free throw line.
Wilt said, I am going to make sure that we win.
Had a score of about 8 or 10 points in 2 or 3 minutes to give us a chance to win the game.
The Lakers look like they got a cinch win. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. The game's over. The Lakers have won. They beat Milwaukee 4 out of 6.
Chamberlain had made good on his word, leading the Lakers past the defending champion Bucks and Los Angeles in the finals once more.
Through every challenge, he's crossed every bridge. The Los Angeles Lakers are the world champions of basketball.
If you guys were both in the prime, it's a great thing. Mm-hmm. How would it have been a backyard one?
I'm too strong for Kareem. And